Welcome, everyone, to the first episode of the Flagstand, and for now, it's the only episode. I'm joined by my friends here, Hughes Moves Gaming and Kyle the Killer. Introduce
What's up,
yourself,
everybody?
guys.
Intro. Or hello.
All right. Well, of course, if you have been following the Twitter, let's just say discussion, you'll understand why we are here today. And for anyone who does not know, we are just going to simply give a basic intro to it. David Land basically
Oh yeah.
said he was getting more and more annoyed every minute that they're going to be stopping the race after stage 2 to honor the troops in the Coke 600. Major discussions followed. He saw it as a way NASCAR is hiding behind dead soldiers to test out a new thing. He saw it as a way NASCAR is hiding behind. Hold on, mute that. Okay, there we go. So I can look at the chat.
It was just
And so many people are very upset, in my opinion, rightfully upset. Figured you two could chime in and just tell me what you all think about it.
Well, personally, as someone who's had members of their family serve in the military, I think it's a slap in the face. And yes, this is America, and everybody has the right to their own opinion. And this is one thing that's beautiful, that those troops fought for our right to have an opinion. And David Land has always been a very controversial figure when it comes to certain hot takes across racing. I mean, this is the same guy that made a big deal about people burning out on the bricks at the Brickyard last year. I just feel like it's just really heinous for him not to consider the other side of it. And yes, I know NASCAR has done some shady gimmicks in the past, but at the same time, I feel like this was just nothing but to help honor the soldiers that, quite frankly, deserve more awareness on their weekend that they deserve.
What say you, Kyle?
I mean, honestly, I think that they should salute the soldiers, and also here's a little added bonus to it. Um so since it's like at the end of stage 2, safe stage 1 and stage 2 were really exciting. You get to see the salute first of all, which is the most important part, and second of all, um you get to relax a little bit and cool down, safe. Like both stage 1 and stage 2 were really exciting, and you get to take in um all the excitement and realize what the hell just happened. Like say Arthur a few big ass wrecks early for no reason. You'd get to relax and take in um that experience, and you'd be ready for stage 3 instead of only having a 5 minute break and being rushed into stage 3.
I'll chime in. Yeah, NASCAR has done some questionable things in the past, for sure. We can all agree on that. But the way that Land tried to present his argument, I'm going to be honest, was just not the way to do it. It was more like he was trying to be insulting this time. Because I remember one of his responses was saying, okay, fine, NASCAR can have a halftime, but now the drivers have to get out of their cars when they're doing the national anthem. I'm like, I responded to it simply saying, let's support the troops at the same time, insult them. That's totally the way to do it, David.
Wait, hold up. He said it kneel to the national anthem.
Yes, everybody should get out of their cars and kneel to the national anthem during
Jesus
halftime, as well as the pre-race.
You know, we don't need NASCAR to become the NFL.
And honestly, to elaborate on Irishman's point as well as yours, the thing that most matters here is people have died, and you're trying to make a mockery of trying to work people up on Twitter. This is a remembrance for people to even do whatever they want, because those people are fighting on the front lines for us, or in PT or whatever. There's multiple people that I race with on PS4 that are active military soldiers. So I support those guys, and I feel like if NASCAR wants to do this, bravo. They should do this if it's only to do this once every year. If it's like a new halftime gimmick where they do this like every time, then I wouldn't support it. But since it's Memorial Day, props to NASCAR for it. David Land, I feel like, is incredibly naive on this by the way he's presenting his argument.
I'm going to give myself viewing priority here, showing you the actual tweet. So, first up, that's my response to him saying it's hilarious. And this is exactly what he said. Have them break the support the troop, but each of the drivers have to get out of their cars and kneel as the national anthem plays. Deal? And this guy, this guy, I don't know his actual name, don't know his YouTube or anything, but he is speaking some truth here. You know, they would respond, "Hey Larry, some proves a point." I should have added on. It only proves that you're a pretentious prick, but just that's not the way to do things. Not at all.
It's incredibly classless, to be honest. My grandpa didn't die for punks like him to go out and say the type of things he's saying. And yes, I respect his opinion like everybody else has their right to respect theirs. But at the same time, when I wrote up to him on Twitter in a separate post, hey, my grandpa fought for your right to say these posts. He didn't even respond to me, but he'll respond to our friend Smoke Carbon 13 in a much more civilized comment. He's trying to run from the subject completely because I feel like he knows he messed up in the way he's saying it, but he doesn't want to backtrack it.
I see your comment right there, slow motion. Legit joking, but still, it's like it's not a good joke, not a funny joke, it's literally just an offensive statement.
Exactly.
Literally, even if it's a joke, he could even say it's a joke, but he still said it regardless. Get used to your past being held against you by the media. That's the quote from a PewDiePie song.
Amen.
Literally, it's like he's giving his opinion, same as us, but I feel like I'm giving mine in a more civilized fashion by talking it out rather than just go blatantly attacking him on Twitter. Well, I kind of did attack him on Twitter, but seriously, he needed to make it clear in the beginning that he was thinking that NASCAR was hiding behind this, trying to introduce something else. I really don't even know what to say to it. It's just more like, because I've had family members in the military too. They never really talked about their service to me because I was young and I wasn't able to really ask them about it before they ended up passing away. I just feel like
My condolences.
their experiences and everything, it just feels like a kick in the dick, being honest. The way David Land presented his argument, it just felt like a kick in the dick to veterans and veteran families.
That's the way I took it, to be honest, man, because seeing an American flag draped over a coffin, having a 21 gun salute, and someone playing bagpipes right after it, there's just a few things in life that's more emotional than that, brother.
Yeah.
Like, to continue on the point that you are making, like, it's a total kick in the you-know-where, not only because he doesn't understand the reality of that, but what about the people that are actively fighting right now that have to go back in deployment or whatever that? They see that, and they're like a fan of this guy on YouTube. He doesn't want to answer to that backlash if it happens. My thing is, if you try to represent his argument, fine, but don't try and hide behind, I feel like NASCAR is going to use it as a gimmick. Like, try to explain your argument. If somebody wants to say, hey, David, why did you mean this way? Don't try and run from it. Try and talk it out like us three are trying to talk out what exactly did he mean on this podcast right now.
I seen this right here, slow motion. I'm going to call you out again right here. But can everyone please stop hating on David Land? I know the stuff he said I didn't agree with, but all he's doing is stating his opinion. But then Limestone Butter, good friend, replied, "Not really sure. It seems like he's pissed off that they're going to stop the race for a few minutes. It doesn't seem like an opinion. It seems it just instead is a window for him to complain about NASCAR more. Also, Big Blue, please share your opinion why you side with David on this. I would like to hear your side of the story. It just, I don't know.
Is Kyle here? Does he have any thoughts about this?
His mic's muted.
What is your thoughts on the whole controversy?
I really don't have any. It's just I don't agree with David at all in that, but I respect his opinion though. I believe that everyone should have an opinion, but I just don't agree with it at all. With what he said.
Same. I mean, if we go through Mr. Land's track record, he first criticized the Brickyard last year. This is just in the last 12 months for having the race delayed to Monday and then people burning out on the bricks. And then at the same during the Las Vegas, I believe it was Cup playoff race. It went back due to a red flag, and they missed the first lap of the NBC race, and he went ballistic over that, saying that NASCAR shouldn't have had priority. I felt like that was a slap in the face because, NASCAR already had a race going for 3.5 hours. It's NBC's fault that they didn't put it on a different channel for that particular race in IndyCar. And then he always has some criticisms about the plate package at Daytona, and then he had a criticism now at this. I feel like his criticism isn't justified because it's logical. I feel like it's justified because he's just trying to say, hey, this is why IndyCar and sports car racing is better, but he's not giving context. He's just giving it his opinion with some bloated facts behind it. And I don't respect that type of journalism.
I mean, like, yeah, that Vegas race, I kind of was salty at IndyCar fans for bitching at NASCAR for going over the race limit.
Like, it wasn't even their fault.
Like, NBC's fault, first off. And you really can't control 40 guys and expect them all to have a completely perfect race and not wreck.
Time to rig NASCAR.
Right now, I'm driving one-handed on Heat 3 because my wheel is on the complete right side of my desk.
I'm letting my PS4 rest because it's running hot.
The PS4's fans are working overtime right now. Oh no. So something funny here. I made a little post on NASCAR's most humble community, Reddit.
No.
Oh Lord.
It was a smart post, actually, in my opinion. A driver you used to like, but not anymore, or even hate. And I said, could be for any reason. I, for example, stated Truex. I used to like him, and then he started winning more and more, and he got that big Kyle Busch head.
That's a tough one. I don't know if I used to like Stenhouse.
Can we go at series by series, just like one particular?
Oh yeah, series by series, why not?
All right. Honestly, Jordan Anderson and trucks. Because he crowdfunded his way to a GMS ride, and he still can't improve his results.
How about Xfinity?
Xfinity. Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. I hate to say it, and I'm sorry, Junior Motorsports fans. I really, really am sorry. I used to like Graxon, but he's just not getting the job done. Like, he's a good personality, yes, but you need results in order to get that ride, in my opinion. That's why I hated Elliott Sadler the last 2 years of his career.
True.
Far as Cup, Truex would be like 1A for me, but
I will say
I
one thing though. Elliott proved that you can still overcome a bad crew chief if you have some talent.
I mean, yes, but I feel like he was past his prime even in that stage, even if you gave him Ives or if you gave him Everham. But Cup deal, I feel like David Reagan would be the one I don't like anymore. Because whenever he gets wrecked at a plate race, it's never his fault. He's always the one going to blame somebody. Meanwhile, he never ever wants to mention 2011 Daytona 500 when he royally screwed himself and gave Trevor Bayne the 500. He always wants to blame everybody else but himself. He's a good driver in a low budget team, but I hate that. Take accountability. What's your guys'?
Trucks Moffitt. I used to like him because he actually did some good and some pretty bad rides, but then he replaced one of my favorite guys, Sauter, and so far he hasn't really performed.
That's
And
fair.
for Xfinity, I have to say Christopher Bell.
Jesus Christ.
Whoa.
I used to like him in trucks, but then when he got to Xfinity and kept on winning, I realized how dull his personality actually was. Your basic corporate Joe Gibbs machine.
Kyle Busch is an exception to that.
Of course. And for Cup, you're going to be probably really surprised about this. Benedetto.
Okay, I can kind of see that.
I can kind of see it, but at the same time, I feel like he's been incredibly unlucky when it comes to pit stops.
For me, it's like, for one, I used to like him for his good runs and the bad equipment, like his BK Bristol Top 10. And then, the Reddit love behind him, they gave him the D Burrito name. This year, we thought he'd be doing better in the 95 Toyota. He's kind of doing the same as he did last year.
Yeah, let me shed some light on that. Did you know Matt DiBenedetto has lost over 97 spots in pit road this year?
Wow.
God damn.
Yeah, so the races he's been on the lead lap, it's not been anything mechanical. It's because the pit crew has been literally giving it away left, right, and center.
It's tough.
Then there's
He
also
should
one
be
more
doing
thing.
better. So
There's one more thing. He has kind of turned his back on his Reddit fans.
I honestly haven't been on Reddit, so I think I've turned my back on that completely too, to be honest. But how so?
Well, you know how they gave him the D Burrito name?
Yeah.
And they stuck by him throughout all this time.
Damn, he never comes to show some love.
Well, he shows love, but he's been trying to ditch the D Burrito name now. Like, ditch it completely.
Yeah, he's trying to go for his childhood nickname of Guido.
Yeah, Guido, and then there's people been saying Guido Burrito, but he said he does not like that, just Guido. And people are kind of angry with saying you don't choose your nickname. It's given to you, whether you like it or not.
I mean, I can understand him wanting to go back to his roots, but D Burrito is way cooler than freaking Guido.
Eat stuff.
Like, Guido sounds like a rip-off My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Like that movie. Like, that's what it sounds like. Now in theaters, Guido.
No.
Wait, one thing. So, about liking about the drivers thing. Can it also be like past drivers as well?
Oh yes, past drivers.
Okay, that's so easy now.
Ooh.
All right, let's see. Well, Matt Crafton isn't a past driver, but yeah, Matt Crafton, Xfinity Series. I actually still, Noah Gragson because of what he did at Todd Gilliland. I don't care what anybody says about that. I'm still salty about it. And
That was dirty racing.
yeah.
Dirty racing, and it was realistically Todd's only chance of the win to keep his job, and now he's probably going to get fired in the summer.
I still can't think of one for Cup. I remember I never really used to like Stenhouse, and now I hate him. Uh, I kind of dislike Carl Edwards a little bit more.
Same.
Because I've been looking back at most of the wrecks that he's caused, and some of them have royally screwed. Well, okay, well, I don't really remember 2000. Yeah, 2008. He took himself out of the championship because he decided to kill himself along with Greg Biffle, Matt Kenseth, and like every other chaser at Talladega.
Do you remember Memphis 2006?
Is that where
When
Keselowski
Brad killed him.
That's where he killed Harvick in the entire top 10, like 20 to
Oh,
go?
oh, oh yeah. '07. I think '07.
Chase Austin was leading that race, and he dumped Chase Austin when he drove the 9 car.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, it's the one and only time Chase Austin has actually led something significant.
I can't really think of one for Cup, but I guess you really had to go for one. Carl Edwards, or I don't know, like Denny Hamlin. Okay, yeah, it's definitely Denny Hamlin because he stole the 500 and he wrecked Kurt Busch. And
What
yeah,
did you about Kurt Busch?
Phoenix 2018.
Oh yeah, that one.
I still hate him over that.
If we're talking Cup right now, Chase Elliott when it comes to that all time. And if we're talking retro, I would have to say without a doubt, and God, I hated this man whenever he tried to qualify for a race. Todd Bonine.
Oh, the Onion.
In Cup, that man was putrid.
Yeah.
He still managed some top tens here and there for unknown teams, pretty much. I'm saying that.
Yeah, like he did good with unknown teams, but he also cost his team a lot of money. Case in point, Herzog in the Busch Series. He crashed so many cars that they couldn't finish the actual 2003 season. He also had engine failures, but still.
Should have just been a truck lifer.
Yeah, he's a good truck and Xfinity driver, but I feel like he should have never been promoted to Cup.
Let's say for past drivers, in trucks, who am I gonna think?
Shoot.
I would probably, I don't know, that Colin Brown, I think.
What did he specifically do?
Nothing except win one race.
He won one race, but he was also a Rolex 24 winner. That's what got him the ride.
Really, Mark Martin won much more races in like half the starts in Roush equipment and trucks. Of course, he's Mark Martin, so we'd expect him to win.
Uh-huh.
I still can't believe they chose Eric Darnell or Bubba Pollard.
And for Xfinity, let me see. I would probably have to say for a past Xfinity driver,
Kyle Busch.
well, that would probably be after he hits 100 wins. So, I really don't know. No, maybe Bubba Wallace. I'm gonna be honest.
I was just about to say his name.
I didn't really hate him that much. He ran decent in like 26. Well, he could have made it to
the question. The thing is, it's about whether you liked him, but not anymore. I liked Bubba, but like looking back on his stats, he couldn't even manage a win in 2015. Well, Buescher stole 2 wins.
I liked Bubba when he was in trucks, but I felt like his ego got to the size of Mount Everest, and that's what stopped his performances.
And for Cup, I have to say, well, it would be multiple ones actually. For one, Carl Edwards, because he literally attempted murdering Keselowski twice, Atlanta 2010 and Gateway 2010.
Keselowski murdered him in Memphis. That's my only defense.
Yeah. Talladega 2009, Edwards' fault.
Yeah.
2010 Atlanta, first incident, Edwards' fault. Him flipping Keselowski, Edwards' fault. Really, Edwards just let his temper get the best of him when he was going after Keselowski.
I mean,
Go on.
I mean, the incident at Talladega, I feel like that wasn't either of those guys' fault. That was NASCAR themselves because Regan Smith did the safe thing last year, but they were like, "Oh no,
We can't give someone their first win.
And then Biffle told him to like dump the guy if they're going to try to do that. That shit happened.
Biffle said that's what he would do if
Yeah.
someone tried to do that to him.
That's
That
fucking ironic.
That inspired Kozlowski to do the same thing.
That is fucking ironic.
And I'm actually glad that a block went wrong for Tony Stewart at Talladega eventually.
Oh, 2012?
Even though that cost Michael Waltrip a win. It was just, oh man. But, and okay, I never actually saw him race, but probably I would say Dale Earnhardt Sr. as well.
What?
For him making fun of Mark Martin's alcoholism.
Oh.
And I'm going to be honest, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Overhyped.
All right, I respect that.
Overhyped, and more or less his actions as an owner making wish he was more like his father. If Dale Sr. saw potential in you, you'd be put in his car. The sponsors would come after they saw results. But Dale Jr. is like, we need sponsorship. I'm worth millions, but I can't give anyone a free ride.
Insert guy with talent, Austin Terrio. Put him in that.
Oh, Austin Terrio, put him in a junior motorsports car. You'll get a win. You'll get a win no matter what.
Dude, Zane Smith will win for the end of this year. I promise you.
Oh shit! Darian just tweeted out something that I was thinking about. For a really long time. Greatest driver without a win.
Kenny Wallace.
Kenny Wallace never won.
He never won a Cup race. He won 9 Xfinity races though.
Dick Trickle.
Yeah.
I feel like he's the greatest to never win a race, in my opinion, because he won Rookie of the Year at age 48.
Are we counting Brett Badine's Cup win in this, or?
I mean, it's fluky as hell, so I wouldn't.
Even though Brett Bodine actually never really did that good in Cup Series, Jeff Bodine was the only good Bodine brother in Cup. And in the 90s, I looked at his stats. When he won, he won 1993 or 94 at North Wilkesboro. He lapped the field and won.
Yeah, I saw that fact earlier today.
In his own equipment, nonetheless.
Wait, he was the driver. Oh yeah, he was the driver owner.
Yeah,
he bought Alan Quickie's equipment.
Some guy just said Reed Sorensen.
You want to know what's the worst part about that whole deal? He had a Hendrick ride to go to that team in 1994, but he decided to buy Allen's team because he felt like it was best for the sport to have that team carry on. He didn't want those guys to go without a job. That's the sole reason why he bought the team.
Good man.
And then he naturally got screwed and never got a competitive ride again after 1996.
I would say J.J. Yaley, but he never really competed at all either. And I'm still angry about that Mark Martin wreck he caused at Charlotte, so.
I'm angry about the Brendan Poole incident, too.
Where NASCAR decided 200 feet from the line to throw the yellow.
Yep.
They did that for both races that year, actually. Actually, no, for both spring races that year. Xfinity, they threw it from 200 feet from the line, gave it to Sadler. Same thing in Cup. 200 feet from the line, they threw the caution and gave it to Keselowski.
I just love how the very next week at Iowa, Brandon Poole gets dumped on lap 2 from fucking J.J. Yaley. And then they're like, you know what? We're not going to park J.J. But then when Brandon Poole gets his payback, hey, go to the garage. Don't even look at anybody. We're completely disowning you from Ganassi. Even though he wasn't disowned from Ganassi, but you get the point.
I mean, it's just really hot take. Not Matt Kenseth. Kevin Harvick won that one Talladega race in 2003. Regan Smith won that Talladega race. Brendan Poole won that Talladega race, and Justin Haley won that Daytona race.
Justin Haley did win. Brennan Poole got. Oh my god, I hated that. That could have been the greatest finish in like history, and then NASCAR's like, you know what? Sadler.
Wait, what finish? Oh wait,
The one where they screwed Brennan Poole out of it.
oh yeah, also where Joey Logano decided to murder the wall. Yeah, that's the only reason why I like it.
So one thing I remember reading the 2006 Milwaukee race, I think it was,
Oh, I
where
bet.
Eric Almirola was leading the race in the 20 because Denny Hamlin had to practice at Sonoma.
Uh-huh.
And then when Denny Hamlin got there, Rockwell Automation practically forced JGR to pull Eric out of the car and put Denny in. Even though literally the entire team, Hamlin included, didn't want to. It's like he's leading the race. Why pull him? Why pull him out and potentially screw the team out of the win? We paid for Mr. Hamlin to drive the car, and Mr. Hamlin will drive the car. And we will go ahead and leave. We will go ahead and leave your team anyway after this year. But that's beside the point.
I mean, they stuck with Mike Skinner. They stuck with freaking Mike Dillon. They stuck with Jeff Green. But no, Eric Almirola, who's actually doing good for the situation he got thrown into, get out the car immediately. Like, no, that's just messed up. Like, how can you sit there and go through that much mediocrity, but then when you actually have a winning situation on both accounts, you're like, nah, let's yank Almirola out the car, even though he's 5 seconds faster or on a green flag run than everybody else. No.
I see your comment there, Big Blue. You don't want the honoring troops bit after stage 3 turn into a gimmick. But in my opinion, this is literally the only race where they're going to be doing it this year. It'll be for 10 minutes max. Keep it off the wall, keep it off the wall, keep it off the wall. I'm proud of that save. I'm
probably pulled better. Okay, shut up now. Sorry.
And also on Reddit, I have been free to release my frustrations over Mr. Meandering.
Ooh, Bob meandering.
Kevin Meandering.
I know.
Nah, but screw Bob Endering, too, whoever he is.
Why?
I don't know. Just goes.
Oh, and I'm dead. All right. Yep. There we go.
Literally, Travis Mack, the one race where they let him prepare Jimmy's car. Pole. I'm like, nah, we'll just settle for top 20s. I'm like, I understand he's doing good with Michael Annett, but please, Michael Annett has a win. Give Johnson Travis Mack so he can get a win too.
I feel like this is going to be his last year, honestly. Not this year, but the next year coming up, I meant.
2020.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn.
I believe. Sorry, continue.
So who remember when everyone thought that this year is going to be Michael Annett's year to finally break out and do good?
No one thought it, actually.
Darian said that he finally broke out or some shit like that. Like he's finally doing decent.
Well,
I remember that tweet.
Well, that's Darian.
True.
He said that Natalie Decker would be the next big thing, and then she just finished last out of all the full-time ARCA guys.
Hey, I was also wrong on that. Like, we all thought she was going to do better than what she was, man.
I mean, I agree. She only DNF'd one of the races. She kept the car in one piece throughout the entire season, at least I think. Like, give her some more time in ARCA. Good Lord, don't give her a truck just yet. I wouldn't be surprised, too, if Deegan, in her first truck start, instantly is better than Decker.
If she keeps crashing at this rate, I'm going to have to make a YouTube video with the song Natalie Rigby dubbing every time she wrecks.
Okay, let's take a look at these.
I just created a mega tsunami. It's gonna be a really good before and after picture.
I will say the one thing I really like about E3 is it's really fun to spin out and create these wacky wrecks.
And I think NR 2003 is way better with that.
I mean, you could literally summon Category 5 tornadoes during some races.
Well, what the fuck? Oh yeah.
I remember back when I had a
Category
working
Category 5
computer.
hurricane, EF5 tornado, level 7 nuclear meltdown.
My friend made a race at Daytona, but instead of like it being sunny, it literally made like it's the 7 layers of hell. There were just like flares and flames everywhere.
It's level 7. Yeah, level 7 nuclear meltdown. That's the highest it can go. Unless you get a level 8 nuclear meltdown, which then everyone's screwed. Chernobyl.
Oh god, no.
Chernobyl 2. It's bigger this time.
You know the world almost ended on my birthday. Like 42 years before my actual birthday, it nearly ended. When the Cold War got to its max, October 27.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah, it was like October 27th. What's 42 minus 2004? 1960.
1962.
Okay, yeah.
Let's hope that's the biggest crisis of my presidency. It wasn't. Uh, okay, now that we are really bored now, um, let's not bring politics into this. Let's not. I was about to bring a politics discussion, but
Let's
no.
talk. Let's talk about the worst wrecks you've seen at every racetrack.
Oof.
The worst wreck that I've seen live was Eric Almirola's wreck where he broke his back and Danica decided to be a little bitch in her interview.
Jeff Gordon's crash at Watkins Glen.
In 2014, 13?
Where 2010, where he crashed with Michael McDowell.
Oh yeah, that one.
Wait, no, it wasn't Michael McDowell. It was
Sorry, it was a '98 car and Hornish.
what?
Yeah, that one. 2000.
10, 9, 9, 9. It was 09. Because I remember Jason Leffler crashed the other day. I mean, crashed like 2 days before that.
If we're talking Mexico, Carl Edwards' 2006 for practice crash scared the heck out of me.
I've never seen that one.
He lost full throttle going. He lost the brakes going through the S's, and his car literally was 4 wheels in the air, flipped.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Like he didn't like catch big time air, but he literally went head on into the fence at like 190 miles an hour.
I have a bunch of options for the worst wreck I think I've ever seen. Okay. I have basically every single July Daytona race, from 2014 onwards.
Yeah.
Shit. Alright, what was the worst one out of that? I don't know, the big one last year when Ricky Stenhouse Jr. William Byron decided to do a double block and killed everybody, or when Larson flipped over, or
Damn.
shit. What else?
Excuse me.
I don't fucking know.
Can we say Rex that we were on the other side of the track for, but we were actually at the track when it happened?
Yeah.
2004 Dover.
I'm trying to remember.
Was that the one where Michael Waltrip got turned someone and it caused a huge one?
Yep, we turned Dave Blaney.
Oh yeah, That's one reason why I hate him.
Michael Waltrip.
Yes,
Dave Blaney was running so well that day.
Michael Waltrip has done several things that I hate.
I mean, which reminds me, I got the new video series I have, Team Blunders. I've
Michael
been,
Waltrip racing.
I've been thinking about a Michael Waltrip racing video, but I fear it because of Mr. Keplinger. He will.
Can I collab on that? Because I don't really care about the backlash of Mr. Kepler.
Okay, feel free to collab. I will. I just wonder what year though we want to do for
Every
because-
year besides 2013 and 14. I mean, 2012 and 13.
Well, that team's been
And
around
11.
since 1997.
I mean, in the Cup Series.
Well, I'm saying like you could also go through their ineptitude in the Busch series as well. You have a lot to work with.
Yeah. I was thinking 2013 or 2014, but 2013 they didn't crash a lot. 2014 they actually did worse. I was just thinking about it because I don't want to mention Spingate again. I'm thinking I might do 2014. There's also I also have one of. I want to do one of Richard Petty Motorsports in 2016, where they had.
Brian fucking Scott.
Yes. Yeah.
I was just hearing that Winslow voice.
44 ever. I was also thinking of Ultra Motorsports 2003, but that would only be because they screwed with the championship by entering 5 trucks in the final race.
Oh yeah,
and then lost their team a year and a half later.
To be fair, they won the championship the next year, but Michael Waltrip 2014 will be the next Team Blunders video. It'll be out the next off day. We have no FCS or FSS.
Go ahead.
I have a question for your Team Blunders video.
Yeah.
Are you just like sticking it to like big name organizations like in Cup, or are you like spreading it out to like Xfinity and Trucks?
I will spring out to Xfinity and Trucks if I feel the need to, because I feel like I'm going to make a Team Blunders GMS 2018 soon.
Team Blunders, Jermaine Racing, 2004-2005, Todd Bodine's year. Wins a bunch of races in trucks, then the team closes down.
It's tough.
Then team comes back again with Chad Chaffin at Daytona.
Wasn't that the race where you like? Oh wait. No,
Yeah,
no.
it
Where
was
you
the race.
flipped over?
It was.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like one of the most chaotic fucking truck races in terms of flips.
I honestly thought Kelly Sutton or Ken Weaver was going to win that race. That's how chaotic it was.
Kelly Sutton? What the fuck?
Yes. It goes a long way back. Sorry, Irishman. I didn't know to cut you off.
All right. It's been almost an hour, so I figured now would be a good time to just go ahead and sign off. Let you all know, Michael Waltrip Racing 2014 is the next Team Blunders video. It'll be out someday down the road. I'll be working on that, working on the script and such. Mr. Hughes Moves will be collaborating.
Yes, it will be. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
And yeah, let's go ahead and say our outros here. Mr. Kyle, you may start first.
Outro. All right, that's
Okay, Hughes, your outro.
Thank you so much for allowing me to be on this podcast. This is Hughes News Gaming here. Thank you so much. And have a nice day.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm Greg Flagstand's best here. Just kidding. And Fairlight Cup Series will return tomorrow sometime. I don't remember I don't know what time. Just keep an eye out for that. We'll see you next time, guys. Signing off.